Hello, darlings. How are you? Welcome to Peri, Lyons, New York City celebrity psychic, which is me, and you're you. So now that we've gotten that cleared up, it's great to see you. And here's I've been getting a lot of people writing and calling recently to ask about angels. Apparently, a lot of you have been feeling like there's a lot of meaningful coincidence, kind of much more than you're used to, going on around you lately. And a lot of you have been asking me about angelic encounters. Now, normally, I'm kind of a little bit of a, not a skeptic, but I like to keep kind of a non-woo-woo thing going on. But for the first time ever, I'm going to share a personal story that has to do with an angel. You ready? And stay tuned. We've got a little change of format coming up that I think you're really going to like. Okay. This was a long time ago. I was 17. I was modeling at the time, so I was very, very skinny. It was winter in New York, and it was sleeting. And I was wearing very slender pants and very slender shoes with no traction. And it was like all icy outside. And I was stepping onto the number 1 train going uptown. And it was too crowded. So I stepped back and I fell between the subway and the platform up to my waist. Now, that's a scary thing because my whole lower body, I mean, more than that, was essentially going to be taken away from me. In about 20 seconds, the doors closed. I couldn't even scream. I was so scared. At that moment, somebody picked me up under the arms, lifted me straight up. I mean, even though I was modeling, I was still like 125 pounds. I mean, pretty good bench lift. And just then, the train took off. If he had been 1 second later, you would be pretty much staring at an empty screen. Okay, then I was obviously pretty shaken up. And he walked me to a bench, and he sat down next to me as I was trying to remember how breathing works. And I noticed I was, so traumatized. I noticed that he had a white shirt and white pants on and no jacket. And it was January. So I also noticed he had a very smooth face and that he had a very helpful but non-intrusive presence. This wasn't dramatic. He was just sitting with me. And he said, "It's not your time yet." I swear, it's such a cliche. But he did. And I just I turned around to say, thank you so much. And he was gone. And there was no place he could have gone. Because we were sitting all the way at the end. He would have had to have walked a long way, very faster than possible. So I don't know. I've thought since then, I'm not so skeptical about angels. And I don't know if a lot of you are feeling what I've been feeling about 2021. I think it's going to be a really good year. The last 4 years have been challenging, but I think we've learned so much, and we're so much more aware, and we so much want to be united. So I think around March, things are going to start getting a lot better. And so now we're going to do a little psychic tarot weather for the week. This is where I'm going to draw 3 cards without looking at them. And this is for both the kind of meta, or how can we say, zeitgeist, the kind of general world mood. And it also applies, if you want to take it that way, to our personal lives. Oops. I grabbed the wrong bag. Okay. Well, so much for being prepared. Why don't I just tell you what I'm getting? What I'm getting is first picture I get for the next week is of a seashell. And that's a symbol of protected underwater kind of beauty. What that means about us in our personal lives is that, we're all sort of hunkered down, but we're starting to really like our shells, if that makes sense. And the ocean in classical mythology represents universal consciousness. So this is a good time to start a meditation practice. It's a good time to reach out to friends you haven't talked to for a long time, no matter, if you think like, oh, they're not going to want to talk to me. Yes, they are. They miss you. The second symbol I'm getting is a fir tree. Not a tree made out of fur, like that kind of thing, but an evergreen tree. And obviously, it's going to be Christmas and Hanukkah and Kwanzaa and solstice and probably a lot of other things. But what this means to me is that this week, we're all going to realize that, like the evergreen tree, we're not deciduous. We haven't dropped our leaves or our needles or whatever during this winter of the soul we've all been through. We're going to start realizing how much we've gotten out of this time. And I know it's been incredibly hard for a lot of us. But because so many of us, so many of you are learning to reframe challenges as opportunities to learn. I'm seeing this so much. It's so encouraging. And like the evergreen tree, we're going to stay beautiful, strong, and green during this time as we approach the solstice. The third symbol I'm getting, second. Oh, that's beautiful. Wow, thanks, guys. It's a fire. It's a campfire. It's a fire indoors that brings us warmth. It's a fire we can cook on. It means that personally, I think towards the end of the week, a lot of us are going to be rediscovering other old passions. Don't get back together with him, okay? But old passions or new fascinations, new hobbies, new interests, or a new passion about expressing ourselves with authenticity and courage in the world. So this is the week I see coming up for us. I apologize for the tarot cards, but I'm decluttering, so I don't know where anything is. I've got a boyfriend in there somewhere, but I think he's under a pile of laundry. So I would love to take your calls. And Diana. Okay. I also, hi, love. I'm so glad you called. Where are you calling from?
Texas.
Cool. We're in Texas.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh. Okay, tell me, I'm just laughing because I wrote a song called What Time Is It in Texas? Because this boy I was seeing went to Texas for a wedding, and I'd always heard that Texas women were the most beautiful in the world. So I was like,
No.
So obviously you proved that true. The way I like to connect to you is by you saying your birthday. You're welcome. So can you just tell me what your birthday is? You don't have to tell me the year.
January 23rd.
Oh, look at you, you little Aquarius. Cool. Okay. Well, you've got some major stuff coming up because in a couple of weeks, Jupiter, which is the planet of fantastically good luck, and Saturn, which is the planet of discipline, are going to be together in a way they haven't been for like 600 years. So coming up to a very exciting time for Aquarians. So if you win the lottery, send me 10%. Now, let me see what your question is. Oh, that's so sweet. Your question is kind of about other people, which is very, very you. So why don't you tell me what your question is, Mila?
Well, I just wanted a general reading, really, and you've done really good.
Yes.
I'm just really curious, and I love major upcoming good things coming.
Well, I think you're and I can oblige you, and not, and in a really authentic way. Let me just tune in. Okay. Somebody very important to you in your family passed in the last 2 years, I think. I'm sorry. I'm not sure if this is a parent or a grandparent. I apologize. Feels like it was on your mother's side. Oh, okay.
Yes, ma'am. It's my brother.
Yeah. That's why I couldn't. Uncle just didn't occur to me. I'm like, grandparent? Okay. But you guys were very close, and he was very special.
Yes.
Either you had a nickname for him or he had a nickname for you, but I love him. Hi, how are you? He just kind of showed up and bowed. That's nice. Nice looking man.
Oh.
He's very much with his family. He's very much, I don't know how this works, but I do know that, which I never believed until people started showing up and introducing themselves to me. And I'm like, wait a minute, I think you're dead. But he's gone back to his 20s, maybe teens. He's in a time when he was very, very happy. Boy, was he handsome. And he just, really handsome. He just wants you to know he loves you, and you can actually ask him stuff, and he'll kind of communicate through a sign or a signal or a feather or seeing him. You'll know. But so having said that, it feels to me like you're growing out of old limitations. Does that make sense? Sometimes and you didn't exactly murder yourself for other people, but you just took care of other people so much you sort of forgot who you were there for a while, and that period's ending. You're coming into...
I am about to start a new job. I'm really excited. I hope I love it.
Don't do my job for me. Yeah, I was about to say you're stepping into... darn it! I love when that happens. You're stepping into a career thing that offers you much more scope, and there's much more room for advancement, and all the different things you're good at, because you're really good at working with and managing people. Really good. And also, you don't let them catch you doing it, which is awesome. I love that. Right?
Right.
What? So
I look forward to it. It's going to be nice. But I did want to know how my uncle is doing, because he's been gone 13 months. And he was really sick before he left, and we were just so close. And I have had him here. I have seen him here, but I can't talk. I mean, I can only talk to him. I cannot hear him.
It's a little tough. Do you mind if I ask what his nickname? There's some sort of nickname he's bringing up. We call you like little pup or something? Oh, that's so cute. Okay. I actually had a puppy named Dee Dee, so that's why I was getting a little pup. It's weird. He just wants you to know, he seemed like he was suffering, but actually the whole thing, and I'm not being insensitive because my partner is going through something similar, where he was really gently guided. Everything happened in the exact time it was supposed to, in the exact way. He was taken out of suffering, but he was also shown a lot of love and beauty and light towards the end. And thank you, he says, because you were there so much.
That is so him.
Yeah, he was lovely. What a nice guy. He went too young.
And he just kept going and going up until the day he passed. He really did, and he was lively.
Well, he loved life. I mean, that was his main. You could not be around this man without being happy. He was just a joyous person. And he said, I have my limitations. I'm like, we're not talking about that right now, Sandy. His name wasn't Sandy, but maybe he had sandy hair? Or is that, what am I getting here? I like the beach? Why don't I just call him Sandy? Oh, anyway. And he really was happiest. I don't know if he was like the male version of a debutante or something, but he's showing me like he's around 19 and he's just elegant and handsome and just such a gentleman. Yeah. And you also, he wasn't hungry, but you used to like bring him food or try to make him eat, and he wants you to thank you for that. Wait, why am I seeing a brick? Why is this? Okay. If you figure out I don't think he was an architectural building, and I'm not fishing. I'm just, why am I seeing a brick? Oh, well, that'll come to me later, and I'll get in touch with you. Also, he says he wants your mom. She's fine, but he wants her to take better care of her health. Oh, sweetie, I think we lost you. All right, well, if we lost you, Dee Dee, call back. Okay. Meanwhile, I'm just so happy that you guys are here. And just seems like kind of a magical time. I mean, you know, the Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, solstice season always really is. But so I'm going to ask you at home, not at my home, at your home. You're welcome to my home. It's a little messy. Hey, Dee Dee, welcome back. One second, I'm just finishing this thought. I'm going to ask you all to kind of just notice if there's a rise in coincidences and a kind of, I don't know, a little upswing in magic in your life. Little, you know, the little miracles. I'm going to ask you. I'm also going to ask everybody who's listening or watching or using this as a drinking game to notice that this week and maybe get a little notebook and start writing down those little bits of magic. Now, Dee Dee, you have a lot of intuitive, kind of honestly, enchantment ability. People really like you, and you really like people. Either of you've been married a long time or you're single, because I'm not getting, there's a kind of on the meter. I apologize for, okay. Do you want to be with somebody, or are you happy?
No, I'm really good. I'm happy right now.
Yeah.
I am happy, and everything is going really good.
Yeah, it is. I'm very glad. Family's doing okay. Your uncle does want your mom to go get a checkup. She's either got high blood pressure or a little undetected heart fibrillation. So just tell her to take better care of herself. Stop whatever that is she's doing that's not good for her. And you know what I mean? And just have her go to the doctor, because she's got grandbabies to play with, and we need her around a long time. She will be. This is what he's saying. He's a little bit of a mother hen in some ways. If you're up for it, next year, he will help send you, if you want a companion or partner or just a great friend, he'll send you somebody. But he said, don't worry about it. He also says, oh gosh, hold on. He says, the more yourself you are, the more, oh gosh, sorry. It's like playing charades a bit, or that old game Telephone. Did you ever play that when you were a kid, like with a Dixie cup and a string and never mind.
Yes.
Hold on. What he's trying to get across, something my mom, who I love, and this once said to me when I was pining over some dope or other. She said, darling, the best way to be the most attractive and find the right person for you is to be so in love with your own life. She said, when I went back to school at 35 and I was taking care of 4 kids and going to school and helping, just doing all this stuff. I was so busy I couldn't breathe. She said, I've never had so many men hit on me. And I'll tell you something else. I was at a party back when people had parties. And this couple, middle-aged couple was there. And they were so obviously perfectly matched and so in love. And I said, there's some sort of story about how you guys met. And you're going to tell me now. And they said, okay. I'm kind of a big girl, so they were scared. And they both said, well, it's interesting you should say that, because there was a day that before we met, that we both decided we'd been single for so long, dating wasn't working out, that we were just going to be really happy being single, loving our work and our lives for the rest of our lives. And that was okay. And the next day we met. And we got married like a month later. So isn't that amazing?
Aww.
So the more and that's what's happening with you. Yeah. Mm-hmm. What's happening with you is you're letting yourself grow beyond your comfort zone. Because you have a lot of emotional courage. What?
True. Yes, I agree.
Yeah, you were. And you have a lot of faith, whether it's, church faith or just faith in, and you have a lot of faith. And
a lot of faith.
It gives you, and you should, because looking back over your life, I can see that there have been a lot of times that you've had experiences like I did at the beginning of this show with that angel who stepped in and kept me from being kind of put into two parts by the subway. There have been a lot of times in your life, looking back, that there's been some somebody from beyond has just stepped in and helped you out. That's going to keep happening. And you know what? You deserve that. You're somebody who consciously tries to be good. You're somebody who is kind to other people without being a wimp or lying to them. And this new job is going to bring a whole bunch of possibilities that are going to open your life up. A year from now, your life is going to be, there's going to be more art in it for some reason. I'm not sure, art, culture, or, because you have a love for that. There is going to be a partner of some kind who I just like, who respects you as well as loves and adores you. And your family's all safe. And I think you're going to move next year too. I think you're going to move to a bigger house. Might be a little farther away than you expect.
Oh, wow. I would not put that past me, because I have thought it.
Well,
it's like I want to just do all good things and just go away and do them. I do.
And
not see in one place.
As you get more glorious, as I like to say, because older is not a word I really recognize. As you get more glorious, there's some long-lived people in your family, and you're going to be one of them. I think you're going to find yourself traveling and doing volunteer work at the same time. I have a great friend, Allison Bregstein, who travels all over the world with like the Peace Corps and Habitat for Humanity, and I see you as, later on in life as being that kind of person, because you love travel and you love helping people build, not just helping people so you feel good about yourself, but helping people in a lasting way. You might stub your toe in February. I feel like I should give you some bad news. I don't know. Your parakeet's going to get a head cold. Yeah, I know.
That'll be February?
When your parakeet gets a head cold? Yeah.
Right.
One thing I would say is, if you don't have pets, the next couple of months might be a good time to welcome an animal friend or two into your home. Not a grizzly bear, don't get ambitious, but you have a natural rapport with animals.
I actually have a dog and a cat right here, right now.
They're telling me, don't say that. Just tell her to give us more kibble. So I'm sorry, that was. Then you have a really nice rapport with your animals. Say hi to them.
Yeah,
the dog's a boy.
And
the
boy
the
cat.
Cat's pretty. Cat, he's
old too. He's old.
He is so conceited. You have such a conceited cat. I mean, he's like, yes, I'm handsome.
Mm-hmm.
What? And he beats the dog up. That's about all I got.
He does. He does.
Yeah, he does.
They're getting better, though.
Yeah, don't get your hopes up. It's his house, so
exactly. He's been here for years.
Just stay safe. Wear a mask. You're a real holiday person, but don't get too tempted. Do me a favor. Have your family gatherings by Zoom this year because we need you around. And
okay.
I'm trying to ask people to really. My dad was a public health guy, so
okay.
But next year you're going to be having, especially after February, March, you're going to have so many people in your life. You're like barring the door and turning the phone off. Like, I want some peace. So
maybe it'll be with starting the new job. I don't know.
Yeah. You're going to go. You've got 2 minutes. So I shouldn't have spent the entire show on you, but you're just so fun. Tell me your first name again.
Dee Dee.
You're welcome. I know it's Dee Dee. Is it Deirdre?
Diana.
Oh, Diana. Oh, that's beautiful.
My nickname's Dee Dee that my uncle called me.
Yeah. Diana. I've been watching The Crown, so I'm all about Diana. All right, my love. Well, so my advice for you is, meditate or pray for 20 minutes a day so you can accept all of this kind of blessing that's coming towards you in a grounded way. You're going to be growing out of your comfort zone, so just know that. Do it scared, but do it anyway. And you've got a really nice year coming ahead. So keep in touch, right? And I'm so glad you're here to get the best people. My pleasure.
And you have a good night, okay?
Always do. Thank you. I'm Peri Lyons. Find me on Facebook and just say hi, sweetie, or put something on my wall if you want to, if you liked this. Peri, Peri, like periwinkle. Okay. And Lyons, like with a Y. All right, guys. See you next week on Moonstruck and A1R TV and radio. And just love you. That's all. Just love you. See you soon.